Hello, welcome to Yoga on the Lake. My name is Kristie. I am joined today with Ashley and Greg, and I will be guiding you through a gentle yoga practice. So let's get started in child's pose. So if you want to come onto hands and knees, your knees will come nice and wide on the mat, toes will come to touch back behind. And bringing your forehead all the way down to the earth, fingertips will extend nice and long in front of you. Just taking a few breaths here. Just starting to settle into your practice, settling into your space. And starting to notice how the physical body is feeling. If there's any tension that you're holding in your shoulders, your hips, maybe your forehead or jaw, just start to slowly let that go. And starting to find a nice deep breath. Taking a full inhale from the lowest part of the belly, bringing it all the way up past the chest into your shoulders. And then a full exhale in the opposite direction from the shoulders, bringing it all the way down through the heart, and then hollowing out your belly. And taking a couple of those, allowing the breath to start to become a little bit more three-dimensional, breathing all the way out to the side ribs, the back body. And then taking a nice side stretch to start. So you're going to start to walk the fingertips towards the upper right hand corner of your mat. You can kind of lift up your forehead, bringing it along with you. And then really start to root back with the left hip. So you're breathing all the way through the left side body, the left ribs. And then taking one more full breath in here to lengthen. And then exhale, walk the hands through center, take it over to the other side. Fingertips will walk over to the left. And starting to draw back with the right hip. And breathing through the right side body. And taking one more breath. And then exhale, bring the hands back to center, back to that neutral space child's pose. And when you're ready, we'll bring ourselves up to a tabletop position, hands and knees. So shoulders will stack over elbows. And the elbows start to stack over the wrists, hips stack directly over the knees. I'm really starting to ground down through the tops of the feet. Low belly is active, belly button draws up in towards the backbone. Feeling a long line of energy from the crown of the head all the way back to the tailbone. And from here, we'll take a couple rounds of cow and cat, starting to connect movement to breath. So with an inhale, the belly's going to start to drop, heart reaches up, gaze lifts. And then exhale for cat, start to arch through the upper back, head and tailbone drop. Again, inhale, cow, heart reaches forward, gaze can lift. And exhale, cat, arch through the back, chin draws down towards your chest. Taking two more rounds with your breath. Inhale to lengthen the front body. And exhale, arch through the back body. And taking one more. And then bringing yourself back to a neutral spine tabletop. And grounding down through the left palm, right fingers are going to reach over towards the right side. And then threading the right arm through, bringing it all the way over towards the left, coming all the way down onto your right shoulder. And hips can stay nice and high. A couple options that you can take with your left hand. You can keep it where it is. You can start to walk your hand towards the front of your mat, or maybe even start to reach it up towards the sky, starting to open up through the left chest. And just taking two more full breaths. And then slowly start to retrace. Start to bring yourself all the way back up to center, tabletop, neutral spine. And then just switch it over to the opposite direction. Left fingertips will reach. And then thread it through for the opposite way. And same variations with the right hand. You can stay where it is, or you can find one of those other spaces to create a little bit of extra length. It's two more breaths. slowly start to bring yourself back up to a tabletop, hands and knees. And then letting the fingers come nice and wide, curl the toes, bringing yourself into your very first downward facing dog. Start to straighten through the knees, hips will send up and back. It's your first time here, so feel free to walk it out a little bit. You can send one heel down to the earth and the other. Maybe taking a nice deep bend to both knees and then straightening through the legs. Heels start to melt down towards the earth. And finding some strong stillness. Fingertips are spread nice and wide, really grounding down through all 10 pads of the fingers. Starting to lengthen through the torso, hips reach nice and high. And then feeling the heels melt down to the earth just a little bit lower. And taking a full breath. And then look forward between your hands. Step carefully to the top of your mat, coming to a halfway lift, flat back. Fingertips will connect, whether it's to the shins, the ankles, maybe the earth. Spine grows nice and long. Crown of the head is reaching forward, tailbone back. And staying here for one big breath. And then exhale, fold it forward, hinge at the hips. Fingertips can come down to the earth. Flowing that twice with breath. Inhale to a halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale, fold it forward. One more just like that. Inhale, length. And exhale, fold it forward. And then rooting through the feet, come all the way up to Tadasana, mountain pose. Fingertips will extend nice and high to the sky. And exhale, hands come down to heart center. Let's closing the eyes for just a moment, really feeling the grounding through the feet, maybe lifting all 10 toes up off the earth. Feeling engagement through the thighs, the low belly, belly button draws in. Heart lifts a little bit higher. One full breath. And stay for the exhale. And the eyes flutter back open. Release hands down to the sides, palms shine forward. Inhale, reach a tall mountain pose. Take another side stretch here. Right hand is going to grab for the left wrist. Big breath in to lengthen. Exhale, take a little hinge over to the right side. Maybe your gaze starts to come up underneath your left arm. And stay for one more breath. And inhale, reach both hands back to the sky, switching out your sides. Left hand around the right wrist. Inhale up. And then exhale, hinge yourself over towards the left. And one big breath. And then inhale, reach both hands back up to the sky, mountain pose. Hands come back down in front of the heart, Anjali Mudra. Inhale, reach it back to the sky, mountain pose. Exhale, cactus through the arms, elbows come out nice and wide, heart lifts. Inhale, back to the sky. And exhale, fold forward, hinge at the hips, fingertips come down to the earth. Back to that halfway lift, flat back, long spine. And exhale, fold it forward. Inhale, rise, mountain pose, fingertips extend tall. Cactus, open the arms, open the heart, exhale. Inhale, back to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Taking that 2 more times, halfway lift, breath in. And exhale, fold. Rise tall, mountain pose, reach. And cactus the arms, exhale. Back to the sky, breath in. And exhale, fold, Uttanasana, hinge down. Halfway lift, long spine. And exhale, fold. Last one, inhale, reach it nice and tall. Tallest one yet. Cactus, open the arms, exhale. Back to the sky, reach it tall. Fold forward, Uttanasana. And then coming up to that halfway lift, heel toeing the feet nice and wide as the hips, maybe even a little bit wider. And then releasing into a ragdoll. You can take a nice deep, generous bend to the knees, grabbing for opposite elbows, allowing the upper body to just fall heavy. Maybe finding a little tic-tac sway from side to side. You can shake your head yes and no. Really nice space to just release your low back and any tension in your shoulders. And one full breath. And then exhale, release fingertips down to the earth. And coming up to that halfway lift. We're going to plant the left fingertips underneath the forehead. Little bend to your left knee. Right hand is going to reach up towards the sky. Big stretch through the hamstring space as well as your IT band, the outer edge of your right hip. If you need a little bit less of a stretch, you can take a deeper bend to the left knee. If you want a deeper stretch, you can start to straighten through your left leg. One more breath in. And then exhale, release your hand down, just switching out your sides. It'll bend to the right knee, right hand plants, left fingertips extend tall. Really think about expanding through the chest space, this long line of energy from fingertip to fingertip. One more full breath in. And exhale, both hands back down to the earth. Halfway lift, heel till the feet a little bit closer together. And plant your hands, step it back to a high plank position, top of a push-up. Two different options. You can keep the knees lifted or you can bring the knees down to the earth if you'd like. And staying here for one big breath, really pressing away from the ground. And then exhale, pin the elbows, lower yourself all the way down to the belly. Finding a gentle cobra, untuck the toes, press into the palms. Heart is gonna lift, bringing your shoulders just about to elbow height. Allowing the shoulder or the elbows to really hug in towards the sides, almost like you're trying to reach them back behind you. One more breath. And exhale, lower back down. And press it up through tabletop, hands and knees. And then curling your toes, bringing yourself back to downward facing dog. Straighten through the legs, hips up and back. And from here, we're gonna bring toes together to touch. Right leg will extend back behind you. And then stepping your right foot forward for a high runner's lunge. Right foot between your hands. Staying high up on the back toes like you're trying to draw the left heel back behind you. And then stay nice and high up on the fingertips, reaching your heart forward. Full breath in. Stay for the exhale. Inhale to a high pyramid, straighten through the right leg. You'll feel the right hip start to draw back, the left hip forward. Big hamstring stretch, still keeping the spine nice and long. One more inhale. Exhale, deepen back into your knee runner's lunge. And then we're gonna plant the left hand, easy twist, right fingers are gonna extend up to the sky. Again, we're stacking the shoulders, opening the heart. Gentle twist through the thoracic spine. One more inhale, reach the right fingers a little bit higher. Exhale, bring it back down to the earth, plant your hands, step it back to that high plank. Lower yourself down to your belly. Gentle cobra, press into the hands, heart lifts. And exhale, lower it back down. Tabletop, press it to hands and knees. Curl the toes, downward facing dog, exhale. And we're just gonna switch out our sides, toes together, left heel lifts up and back. Step it forward, high runner's lunge on this side. Taking a few moments to really set yourself up on this side. Left knee should be directly over your left ankle. Right leg is long and strong back behind you, crossing your right heel towards the back of the room. One more full breath. Inhale, getting into the hamstring space, high pyramid, straighten through your left knee. Left hip draws back, right hip forward this time. And staying here for one more breath. Exhale, bend back into your knee runner's lunge. To your easy twist on this side, right hand is gonna plant, left fingertips extend nice and tall. Maybe the gaze starts to follow, bringing the eyes up towards the top fingers. One more full breath, inhale. And exhale, bring both hands back down. Step your left foot back, high plank, lower down to your belly. Gentle cobra, press into the palms, heart lifts. And exhale, slowly lower. Press it through tabletop. Back to downward facing dog, curl the toes, hips up and back. Taking one full breath here. Stay for the exhale. Again, full breath in. And then bring the knees back down to the earth, tabletop. We're coming back to our child's pose, knees nice and wide, toes to touch, hips settle back towards the heels. Just taking a moment here, recentering and bringing yourself back to your breath, back to your space. And then moving nice and carefully, we're just going to transition onto our back. So you can walk the hands back towards you, coming up to a seat. Shifting weight off to one side, just letting the legs swing forward. Spine is going to come grounded. So coming all the way onto our backs, the knees are going to draw in towards your chest. Just giving yourself a little squeeze. You can bring your forehead up towards the knees if that feels nice. And then bringing the head back down. We're going to take both hands to the top of the right shin. Right knee is going to stay in towards the chest. Left leg is going to extend long out in front of you. Left foot is going to stay flexed and active, like you're pushing your left heel towards you, while the right knee draws nice and close and towards your heart. One breath. Moving to a gentle twist. Left hand is going to guide your right knee across the body. Your right arm can extend straight out to the side. Maybe your gaze follows, only if that feels okay in your neck. And staying here for just 2 breaths. Then slowly bringing your right knee back to center. And then drawing your left knee up to meet it. Both knees are in towards your chest. And switching out your sides when you're ready. Left knee stays, right leg will extend long. And keeping your right foot flexed and active. One full breath. And then finding the gentle twist over to the other side. Left or right hand guides the left knee over. The left arm extends out to the side, gaze can follow. And slowly bring everything back to center. Both knees drop in towards your chest. An option, you can stay right here. If you'd like to find happy baby in Nanda Balasana, you can reach through the knees for the outer edges of the feet. If the feet aren't quite there, you can grab for the calves, maybe just the inner thighs. And taking one breath. And releasing the feet, knees hug back in nice and tight, giving yourself a big center squeeze. And then with your exhale, releasing down into shavasana, final rest, allowing the body to take up space. The legs come nice and long, arms wide, palms can shine up and open. Let your eyes close. And releasing whatever tension you have left in the physical body. The head feels heavy. Releasing all the way down through the throat, the shoulders. The belly is soft, feeling heaviness from the hips all the way down the legs, around the heels to the soles of the feet, the tips of your toes. And slowly starting to bring awareness back into the body, back into the breath. And bringing gentle movement to the physical body. Wiggle your fingers, maybe a wiggle of the toes, a rock of your head from side to side. And grow into a full body stretch. Arms will extend long up overhead, legs out in front of you. Knees will draw back in towards the chest. Rocking carefully over to your right side, fetal pose. And when you're ready, carefully bringing yourself back up to a comfortable seat on your mat. Eyes can stay closed, bringing palms together to touch in front of the heart. And closing our practice together with a final collective breath. Deep inhale. Exhale. And may the rest of your day, the rest of your week be filled with laughter and filled with love. Namaste.
Namaste.